afternoon, dear sisters. This is Erica Greif with Becoming Luminous Women. I welcome you here on this beautiful spring day. We are a full week into spring, and I'm sure we are all feeling it. Something seems to be a little scratchy on my headphones. Hopefully it's not coming through the recording. If it is, just forgive it, and we'll move past it. Today, once again, for the third appearance on this podcast, Carolina LiVigni. How are you, love?
Hi, Erica. I'm well. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. Thank you for being on again. I love having some beautiful conversations with you and really getting into the seasonal self-care that we talk about.
Yeah, I enjoy it as well.
Wonderful. Okay, so let us ground our dear sisters today. So, okay, ladies, this is your time. Once again, go ahead and close your Facebook, put your phone on vibrate, get yourself some water, get into a comfortable position so that you can relax and release any tension and come into sacred circle with your sisters. I always see this as a spiraling circle that we all join into, that are multiple circles that are interconnecting like cogs on a clock, moving as the Tao moves us forward. Go ahead and breathe deeply into your pelvis now, deeply into your womb. Go into that still, small place of peace. Allow your legs to relax. Allow your hips to relax. Allow your peritoneum to relax and open. Unfurrow your brow. Release the tension from your jaw. Maybe you stretch it a little bit. Shake out your shoulders. Breathing deeply and completely. In and out of your nose is the most ideal. Feeling the tension that is popping up for so many of us this spring. The anger, the heat that's coming up for us. Let us bring acknowledgement and surrender into it rather than judgment, shame, ridicule, and fighting against it. Let's acknowledge that this tension, this anger, maybe there's a whole bunch of mind chatter. Maybe there's a propensity to move faster and faster and faster. Just acknowledge it. I see you. I feel you. And from here, as we continue to breathe, let's go ahead and release some of the tension through our mouths first. So let's take a nice deep breath in and release an audible ah. Ready? Ah. Again. Ah. Go ahead, Carolina. I want to hear that one more time. Good. Feel your shoulders relax back and down. Feel the tension around your brow and your third eye begin to release. And let's go down into the earth, following our central taproot that goes out from our peritoneum area down deep in the earth. Just allow yourself to follow that taproot. Maybe this is the first time that you're noticing this taproot. When a tree grows, it is the first root that goes down. It is the one that is looking for water and nutrients. It is the deepest one. So let's send our taproots down to the center of the Pachamama, down to the center of the earth. Continuing to breathe deeply and completely, allowing yourself to follow that taproot down. With each and every gentle breath, you find yourself deeper and deeper in the earth. You find your body, your mind, your emotions, your system all coming to stillness now. And we become closer and closer to the center of the Pachamama, the center of the earth. And here is where our greatest nutrition lies. And from here, we can allow ourselves to drink one slow pulse at a time. This is the original heartbeat. And with every beat, with every pulse, the earth sends us her love, her energy, her grounding, her slowness, her stillness. You have to truly give yourself permission to allow this to happen. Because she is the eternal mother. And she would never override your wishes. If you truly wish to receive the vitamin E, vitamin earth, surrender here. Sinking deeply into this slow pulse. And allowing it to come all the way up into your entire system. Blessing and recalibrating each and every cell so that we, our systems, are in the rhythm of nature. This is the most gentle and easy rhythm. It is the most natural. Allow your taproot to stay deep in the earth. So that we can all do what I call walk your home. you can be on the earth and deeply connected into her. Always at home with the mother in your own luminous energy field, in your own system. Notice your breathing has slowed and has calmed. Allow it to continue to be deep and complete. I was reminded yesterday that the word respiration means to rest in spirit. I forgot how much I loved that.
Beautiful.
Let's rest here in the earth. Let's rest in our breath. Allowing once again to flow with the Tao that is always within us. And staying deeply connected now, allowing that taproot to continue to grow deeper into the earth and continue to source for you with each and every gentle heartbeat, each and every gentle breath, the nutrition of the mother. Grounding you, centering you, bringing wholeness to your experience. And let us stay in this state, dear sisters, as we commune round the circle, commune round the fire. Carolina.
Yes. That was nice. Stay there.
Please do. Yeah, you got to carry it with you for sure. So, I feel like we've all had the same kind of experience this week.
Yes.
Lots and lots of things started churning and moving since the first day of spring on Monday.
Yeah, it's almost like, I think I was telling you this before, all the stillness we did in the winter. As soon as springtime came, it was like, action, 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 and it didn't feel right. I think dip your toe a little bit at a time. If you try to do everything at once, it just creates craziness.
And today is the new moon. And we need to pay attention to our cycles as women. Watching where we are and honoring that place. The new moon, I did a workshop yesterday, and I stapled my cards to seed packets. And I said, of course, take a seed packet, and when you plant your intentions for the spring, because it's the new moon, that's the time to plant our intentions. Using the spring energy, which is the wood energy, the portal is movement, and the symbol or archetype is the sprout. And planting seeds at this time is imperative and very, very powerful. Do you have any seeds handy?
I don't, but I think I'm going to go get some. I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love to choose particular flower seeds, things that will feed the bees, things that
Mm-hmm.
will feed the butterflies, milkweed, sunflowers, all of those beautifully pollinating kind of flowers, as well as the birds and the dragonflies. What's the word I want? Hummingbirds.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. So when you have your seeds in your hand,
Mm-hmm.
if you can bless the space, right? Bless the space, and you do that however you want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I was taught to create sacred space by starting in the south and asking the archetype there, which is the Sachamama, the serpent,
Mm-hmm.
to come and teach us to shed our past the way you shed your skin, right? It's all in one skin. It's not one flake at a time,
Right.
right? And then to the west, which is the jaguar,
Mm-hmm.
um, asking jaguar to pad around the medicine space, teaching us to have the courage because we have jaguar in us. To the north, which is the hummingbird, to teach us to go on our journey without any baggage and trust our instincts, because they go on that beautiful journey of migration. They don't carry maps, they don't carry baggage, they just know what to do.
They just use their intuition.
That's right. And then to the east is eagle, condor, and they can fly very high up with great spirit, and they teach us to fly wingtip to wingtip with great spirit, bringing us the wisdom of the holy mountains. And then to the Pachamama, honoring all of her relations, the stone people, the plant people, the two-legged, the four-legged, the finned, the furred, and the winged ones. And
Mm-hmm.
this particular prayer actually comes from my training with the four winds. It's so good. Just really connecting deeply and honoring the mother. And then the sun, the moon, the stars, star brothers, star sisters. And that's how we create sacred space. But we all can just do it however it feels good
Mm-hmm.
for us. Yeah. So putting the seeds in your palm, feeling them, and using your breath, using your prana to breathe into them your intentions for the spring. I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you have any intentions for the spring? For growth? For movement?
Um, I do. I think my intention is to be more loving, to be in a more loving place, more kind of relaxed. Like I want to move through in a more relaxed way instead of an urgent way.
So it sounds like utilizing more self-love.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a theme that is up for so many. My mantra, I don't know if I've shared this with you, my mantra since last, I guess, September, and it was building from September on to December. The mantra came out as release resistance,
Mm-hmm.
learn to love yourself through things by asking yourself, what do I need right now?
I love that.
Right? It
Yeah.
actually came from 3 separate people, 3 different places. It just was, when those arrows just come at you and you're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And then I realized I was building instructions. I was getting like real instructions.
Yeah, love that.
Don't you?
Because I feel like I'm in a transition sort of place,
Mm-hmm.
me personally. And I think and I'm grateful for it. But I think in order to stay in a more grateful place with a transition, you need to be a little bit more grounded
Mm-hmm.
and more loving,
Mm-hmm.
because things could get dark.
They sure can. Mm-hmm. And the new moon is that dark moon for us,
Mm,
where we see, where it's very hard to see in the dark,
mm,
and things can really come up. Our shadows can really come up. And if we're
yeah.
not staying in that space of self love and allowing that to really just be the light that's within you,
Mm-hmm.
then we absolutely can create some anger, some
Hug.
chaos, right? Yeah.
Mm.
So that brings me to my next point: the tension, the anger, the mental um, monkey mind, insomnia. All of these pieces are spring um, reactions that
Yeah.
that wood medicine. So for you, what has your experience been this week?
This week has been a rough week. A lot of old shadow things have been coming up.
Great.
And I go to anger when that happens because I can't believe it's coming up again, or, that kind of thing. I've done work on this. Why is this coming up? And I get angry, and I really get dark. I could get really dark. And then it's like a domino effect of like just being angry about being dark and just beating myself up for even going there. It's so crazy.
It is. It really is. And
Yeah.
so many of us, follow that pattern. Um, we do. We end up using our greatest gifts against ourselves.
Yeah. But I think it's important to, a lot of people, in the spiritual world, they're like, sit in it and be with it, and it's so confusing to hear that. It's like, when you're in it, you're like, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean sit in it? So I'm supposed to do this? I'm supposed to yell? It feels like shit, right? So, but I think what I realized this week, because like my ego kept telling me, you have to do something about this. You have to, figure it out and find out. And, it's keeping you from living the life that you need to be living, and all these things, like just badgering me. And I couldn't do anything, though. I felt paralyzed with anger, you know? And so I was like, I'm just not going to do anything. Like nothing. Just very slowly do little things. So little by little, I took a yoga class. I did some breath work, every day a little bit of something. And then it just kept getting better and better. And then I kind of figured out, okay, what do I want to do? How do I go about healing from this? Because it comes up for you to heal. It doesn't come up for you to feel bad.
Exactly. Exactly. I love that you grappled with it a little bit there and you got pissed off because
Oh, yeah.
you have to get to a place where you're just like, I throw my hands up.
Yeah.
You know? Because we come to the end of a rope when we are always working in the masculine, when we are always working in the, I need to do something about this. We come to an end of, I can't do anything about this in this state.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to shift to that place that you went to that said, okay, I'm going to surrender.
Yeah.
And I'm going to listen to what needs to happen a little bit at a time. I'm going to do some breath work. I'm going to do my yoga. And I'm going to allow the medicine of time, the medicine of the Tao,
Mm-hmm.
to move it, shift it within me, allow myself to be much more gentle with myself. This is the feminine piece that we really need to be balancing with. And now, how are you?
Oh, so much better. Today's been the best of all week. And but I did a lot of yoga this week. I do vinyasa and I do kundalini sometimes, which is incredible as well. But you kind of have to ask yourself what you need. And for me, I needed like a flow.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to move.
Mm-hmm.
through it with my body and my breath. I needed to use both because Kundalini could be, you do move, but it could be a lot of breath more than movement. I needed to be upside down. I needed for the blood to flow in different places, and, and I just one day, second day, third day, and I just kept feeling better and better. But that, for me, that works. I honestly, I don't know how people live without it. Like when I don't do yoga for a long time, I'm a mess.
That's exactly. Yes, I get it.
Yeah. I,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, everyone will find their own. But I definitely yoga. I recommend yoga completely. I'm a true believer. And also I did little things, because when you're in anger and depression and all of that, you don't take care of yourself either. It's like I said before, it's like a domino effect. Like you don't do anything to take care of yourself. So you start slowly, maybe exfoliate, maybe have a green juice, just little things like that for yourself. Maybe um, give yourself a conditioning treatment. Anything that makes you feel like you're working on trying to feel better without forcing it, without too much force. Like this, I have to do this because this is the only way I can feel better. Just, you just have to listen to what you need and take it slow. For me, that's what I did this week. And I feel so much better.
And what you did was universal medicine.
Mm.
You really did. You moved into that space of I need to listen internally. I need to flow with my feminine,
Mm-hmm.
and you entered into the portal of spring. You entered into that movement because that is how we get into the spring energy as well as that's how we move the spring energy. So
Yeah.
all of that anger, so the two organs that are responsible are in command, if you will, that are the dominant organs that are working the hardest in the spring are your liver and your gallbladder.
Mm.
And your liver, has stores all of that karmic stuff. And so, when the spring comes in, that liver energy gets, kind of turned on.
Mm.
And for you to know, no, I don't need Kundalini. I just need to, throw myself around here and
Mm.
get some breath and movement and move.
Yeah.
You entered into the medicine of the spring, the wood
Mm.
medicine, and allowed it to move the energy that was naturally being activated, that the energy that was kind of getting too hot, too much in your system, the anger, and
Mm-hmm.
allowed it to move through. So
Yeah.
you just intuitively, just sat with yourself and were gentle enough to know to do that. I love that. And I love that you
And,
say that you do a little bit at a time. Exfoliating, dry brushing is it, yeah.
yeah, I love to dry brush. And it didn't happen. uh, It didn't happen right away. I watched Netflix for hours first to try to like not even think about anything. Whatever to distract myself to even go there, which is not a bad thing. I even one day I was like, I think I'm just going to go to sleep for the rest of the night at like 7 at night, so I don't have to deal with the rest of the day and start over tomorrow.
Okay.
And I think that that's okay too.
Okay. Just as long as anything that serves you well,
Right.
you know, I feel like that is your inner wisdom telling you, this is what you need. You need extra sleep, or you just need to chill and have some entertainment and
Right.
just, kind of surrender into that.
Right.
There are so many ways that we can serve ourselves well. And just
Hmm.
as long as whatever we are doing is for ourselves rather than against ourselves, I think is proper
Right.
medicine.
Yeah, I think and I guess you have to pay attention to that because if you are like going into entertainment, to numb yourself, like get out of that as well. Like do it for a little while and then take another step slowly, like maybe go from your bedroom to your living room, whatever. If you're depressed, like, okay, today I was in my living room. Any little step I think helps instead of just I have to.
Yeah, that really does not work, and it really does not work for us as women too. The more that we can stay with the rhythm of our cycles and the quickening that happens in the second and third phase, and then the slowing that happens in the fourth phase and the first phase. When you're breathing or bleeding, that is your first phase, and you really need to rest. And then from there, that really starts to open up and allow us to, have more energy, more creativity. We get access to, a much more dynamic, active awareness.
Yeah.
And then, the third phase is the mother phase, where we can be outgoing, we can be expressive, we can have a lot of really beautiful creativity. And then, in the fourth phase, which is, that space that a lot of us call PMS,
Mm-hmm.
this is where we really need to pay attention to, kicking the caffeine out, or at least bringing it down a notch, upping our nutrition, bring in the greens, like you said, bring in the green juice, all of that beautiful, bring in your magnesium, bring in what serves you, and really takes care of your system. You have a lot of shadow awareness at this point, and this is why, those things start to come up for us, because we're aware of these pieces. And, like you had said, I don't know if it was before we started recording or not, but like you said, all of this gets turned on for us to heal.
Yeah.
Our challenges come for us to heal. And, if we can approach every season, every challenge, every part of our cycle in that gentleness and in that perspective, I think we can really move into that self-love that,
Yeah.
that we really need to be giving ourselves.
Yeah, and I think we just need to remind ourselves of that, because when we're in it, when we're in the shadow, it's hard to go there and think, oh, this is for my own good, and this is happening because I need to heal. It's hard to go there. It's like you just feel effed up, It's like, oh, I'm like awful. I'm a mess,
Yes.
Yes.
And
the judgment comes. So it's good to remember that it's there to heal.
Yeah, I think you make a really great point about the judgment that comes in our own minds.
Mm-hmm.
We can really, like I said, we could use our greatest gifts against ourselves by shaming ourselves or beating ourselves up.
Our own worst critics,
That's right. That's right. One thing that I have, developed in my own toolkit over the years is that, of course, I keep watch on the calendar of where I am, and so that I know what's happening within my own self, as well as watching the moon and the planets and everybody and everything that else is going on. But I use aroma acupoint therapy, which was taught to me by Tiffany Carroll, one of my teachers. She's fabulous. If anybody's listening and wants to check her out, Tiffany Carroll with an E.com. It is aroma acupoint therapy. It is an amazing modality. So, there are protocols that I have been taught for certain seasons and certain conditions, like a tense condition, So this week I was quite tense, and I got out the blue tansy, the sorrel. I did some good earth oils like coriander seed and cardamom. Of course, using bergamot. And just having a tool like that, you said exfoliating, green juicing, you got your yoga, you got your breathing, having another modality like AAT or whatever it is that you do, maybe you go to your acupuncturist, every time you're in your third, your fourth phase of your cycle, I need some help here. Say it again.
I said, that would be great.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And you go get a massage, or you book your girlfriends to have a cup of tea, at that time, so that you're in touch with other people rather than in your own head. I think that those are really, really good strategies to set up beforehand.
I
Absolutely.
love that.
Isn't that
I
good?
think that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, what is the beginning spring tip that you have for us today, Hair Shaman?
Oh, well, I have these new salt scrubs for the body.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine is making them. Oh, so nice with coconut oil, and she puts sea salt in it and peppermint or eucalyptus. And I use it in the morning, and it's very, very light on the salt as well. It's a very light scrub. I don't like anything too, yeah, not too much. And it feels great. And I love the essential oils in it. I love the eucalyptus and the peppermint to wake up in the morning. And then I have something else for the evening, and I put lavender in it, just to like relax and soothe. And that's not much of a scrub, much less of a scrub.
More of a
Um,
soothing.
yeah, and I love that. And my biggest thing right now is I'm saging a
Oh,
lot. I know
yeah.
it's nothing to do with hair or anything, but it's like I'm saging almost every day. And whenever you work through something, just sage, sage, sage. That feels really great.
Great. Great, great.
Sage your body, sage your hair, sage your feet, sage
Mm-hmm.
everything, and that feels really good. But for me right now, it's these scrubs. I love them. They feel really good in the body. It almost wakes up your skin.
Mm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you could find. She's just started making them, so she's not quite like a business yet, but she does want to start a business. Her name is Vanessa Corey, and you could look her up. Maybe you'll find her on Facebook, and she makes these beautiful soaps and scrubs, and it's nice, even deodorant and moisturizers, and everything is just pure ingredients.
And she's down in Florida with you?
No, she's actually in New York.
Oh, funny. Okay.
Yeah, she's a friend and a client, and she gave me some new stuff, and I'm
Nice.
just loving it. I'm like,
Great.
ooh, this is nice, and I want to use it every day.
Cool.
So I think things like that help, because it's like you're taking care of yourself. And
Absolutely.
even with treatments for your hair, like put some coconut oil in your hair. Just keep it off your scalp, because you don't want to make your hair too oily.
Okay.
So don't put any coconut oil on your scalp, just like from mid shaft to ends,
Okay.
and leave it in for a few, and it makes it shiny and just feels delicious.
Okay. Now, I know last time we spoke about, particular oils for a particular time of the year.
Yeah.
And I know you said that coconut oil is more cooling.
Mhm.
Is there a different oil that might be good for us in the Northeast who are still quite chilly outside that you would recommend?
I think olive oil.
Okay.
Olive oil is to warm up your body.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
olive oil.
Yeah,
Okay.
many people want to. You could use avocado oil, I think, as well. And those are really nice fats to put into your skin as well. The omega-3s and the 6. So I think those two are warming.
Okay.
But you could probably at this point maybe mix the two together,
Got it.
and that might feel really nice as well.
Do you have any particular insights on taking care of our facial skin right now as we transition? We're in the new moon, transitioning into the spring where, we might have been dried out already from the winter where we're trying to get, some revitalization in our skin. Anything particular there that you love?
Well, I put coconut oil on my face as well, and there's some people can't do that, but I noticed a difference also this week, transitioning and I don't get usually pimples or anything like that, but my skin did feel that way. I was like, oh man, what's happening? I drank a lot of water,
Mm-hmm.
and it cleared up.
Yeah.
So I think just uptake the water helps a lot, and just I like to put a little coconut oil
Absolutely.
in as well. And maybe a little scrub, a little really soft, maybe sugar scrub,
For your
something
face.
very delicate,
Mm-hmm.
and do it with intention, like little circles going upwards.
Right. Yeah,
Hmm.
being really gentle around the eyes and yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Self-care is self-love.
Exactly.
It really is. Absolutely. I didn't I'm just thinking of this now and I wonder if you have seen it. That toothpaste, that's the charcoal toothpaste. I've
No, I
s-
haven't.
you haven't seen it? Okay. Next time we talk, maybe you'll have seen it. Where I see these videos on, I guess it's on Facebook, where these people are dipping their toothbrushes in this vat of charcoal looking stuff, and they are scrubbing their teeth with it, and they show like a before and then like 7 or
Uh,
14 days after, and they really are whitening their teeth that way.
really?
Yes,
Check it out.
yes,
Charcoal
yes.
paste.
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely check that out.
I love self-care. I think it's um, to me it's mother energy.
Yeah.
It's love in action. It's
Hmm.
choosing your own sovereignty,
Yeah.
choosing to uphold your own sovereignty.
Yeah, and I think spring would probably be a good time to get a haircut, like,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
to shed some of that old
Mm-hmm.
energy,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's just like a little tiny trim.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it helps because we hold energy in our hair. I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
And if you like, we could get into that more in depth next time.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time. I think the new moon is a good time as well to get a haircut. It's good setting. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. I actually, we have a great, beautiful Korean spa that girlfriends and I meet at every once in a while, and I just love. They do a full body scrub. It's just wonderful. I just love these ladies. I just want to take them home. They're so sweet and kind. I just love them, and to just have winter scrubbed off of you
Yeah.
is it's just so
Right.
freeing. It
Which is
really
probably
is.
why I'm enjoying the salt scrubs so
Mm-hmm.
much. It's
Absolutely.
just a detox. It's
It
like
is.
out with the old and with the new,
There you
right?
go. Yeah, because now it's time to grow. It's
Yes.
time to move. It's time to let that sprout within you. All the beautiful, you know, quiet and settle and inward
Mm-hmm.
contemplation that we did over the winter. Now we have an opportunity to offer it to the world and allow it to grow as us.
Yeah.
And I
Maybe
yeah,
there's a little bit of pressure in there as well, and that's why the anger comes out.
yes.
Maybe as, in the human experience, okay, it's spring, get it together now and move your ass,
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
and then your inner being is fighting like, no, I'm not ready, like.
It's interesting that you use the word pressure because it actually is when a seed opens and grows, it is the
Mhm.
water pressure within it that does that. I mean, it goes
Wow.
through the roof. Yes. Yes. And we are what, 70% water? Our brains are
Oh, yeah.
85% water.
Mhm.
Yes, it's that pressure. No wonder why we're angry and tense and pissed
Right.
off this week. Absolutely. It's a lot of
Everyone's
pressure.
fighting with it. Yeah.
It's a lot. It sure is. But I think every year, if we have, if we are working towards self love, self care, if we are putting things that really nurture us in our toolkit, every year that we come back to the spring, or every season, really, whatever that challenge is in that season, I feel like we can walk through it with greater grace and greater love if we're really just conscious with it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's our one of our gifts of the awakening consciousness is to be able to do such a thing, to not just numb out or just drudge through,
Yeah.
or be angry and not be conscious of it.
Hmm.
We are called to be bigger. We are called to be much more conscious than even last year. And I've said it once, I'll say it again. 2017, and now I can see the inklings of 2018 and 2019.
Hmm.
Holy crap, man. There is just an amazing amount of beautiful force that is with us if we can ride it. And this is why this year I have been working on offering the Tao through my Instagram.
Mm.
Right now, we started at the beginning of the year, and it really all depends on the flow of the Tao. We are up to the 21st verse today, and what I am really starting to love about it is just this beautiful divine lesson that is teaching me that to ride the Tao even in teaching the Tao, so that I'm not rushing to go to the next one. I'm waiting until my life aligns with it, and
Mm.
then I know how to speak to it. you
I love
know
it. Doing that on Instagram?
yeah, Erica Greif, Becoming Luminous Women.
Yeah, I think I'm following you. I have to check it out.
Yeah,
Make sure
it's
I get that.
good stuff. It really is, and what a way to just learn it, teach it, live it, is to just be in that space of sharing it,
Mm.
because you can't share it properly until you can feel it.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
mm.
It's a great lesson for me, and I give it with love. I love it. I love it. It's the tiniest little book. Where is it? It's over on my altar. It's the tiniest little book. The Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu, 2,500 years ago.
What's the
500.
name of it?
The Tao,
The
T
Tao.
Tao, Te, which is Te,
Mm-hmm.
Ching, Ching.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes,
I've heard.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Tao Te Ching, written by Lao Tzu,
Mm.
500 years before Christ, and I think it was Confucius that. No, I don't think it was Confucius. I forget who it was that kind of begged Lao Tzu to kind of put his wisdom down,
Right.
on paper, so that we could have that, and it continues to exist, and it continues to give, and it really allows us a deep connection to deep earth medicine, the flow of time, the
Mm.
the 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 original flow of time, the slow heartbeat of it, and how the road always rises to meet us if we
Mm-hmm.
can just be patient, if we can just cultivate it, if we can just be with it. It's something that I have looked for all of my life, and
Yeah.
it's miraculous to see it, to find it in the tiniest little book.
Yeah.
It's magical stuff, absolutely. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Well, sisters, I really hope that our fun little conversation here, between Carolina and I, has blessed you and has given you a chuckle, I'm quite sure, and some real concrete evidence to know that you are in really good company, to be in whatever crap you are into right now,
Yeah.
that it is okay, that all is well, and finding those things that nurture you, that hold you, that bless you, one day, one moment at a time. Carolina, is there anything else that you would like to add and offer to our sister circle here today?
No, I think we said it, just take it slow.
Take it slow.
Be kind.
Yes.
to yourself.
Be kind, rewind. Remember those?
Right?
On the VHS, those little stickers. Be kind, rewind.
Yeah. And it's true.
It is true.
Right? It's like, and
Yes.
even when, you're not kind to yourself, just in the next moment, be kind to yourself.
Yeah. Unwind. Be kind, unwind. There you go. I had a humanities and drama teacher in high school, and he was just the greatest. And he said, Erica, you got to use the KISS method. And I said, what's that? He says, keep it simple, stupid, or something like that. Keep it simple, stupid. Yes, that's right. Keep it simple, stupid. And I'm like, man. He was like Lao Tzu incarnate, It was so good. So good. You're so right. You're so right.
It
But
is, yes.
yes, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Go slow. Stay with the Tao. Lovely, lovely. Oh, okay. So, sisters, please take the earth with you wherever you go. Walk your home. Allow her medicine to come up your taproot each and every heartbeat, filling you, grounding you, centering you, nurturing you. Be with your sisters, be with your friends, be with the ones that nurture you and you nurture them. Choose kindness, choose compassion, choose ease and grace, and bless yourself with your self-care and continue to foster the sovereignty within you. Carolina, thank you, dear love. Where can our friends find you to get some hair shaman love? Where can they go?
Oh, they can go to my page on Facebook, which is Hair, Body, and Soul, and Carolina LiVigni, Instagram, and carolinalivigni.com or at Gmail.
There you go.
So,
Love
a couple
that.
different ways. We have so many different ways now, right?
It's good.
So many emails, so many phone numbers.
We are fully accessible because we are contributing. Beautiful. Thank you for that. And ladies, as always, becomingLuminousWomen.com is home to where my practice and my tribe come together to, of course, listen to the podcasts and get all of the new information on what's coming up. We got some workshops this summer, possible retreat. We got lots of good things happening, which I'm really excited about. And also, I always offer a complimentary session, and you can take advantage of that by going to becomingluminous.com. Thank you, Carolina.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. It was so wonderful. I enjoyed myself.
Yes, I'm going to go scrub and coconut oil my face right now. Okay, love. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Bye. Take care.
Aho, ladies. Aho.
Aho.